Hello, glorious people. Good morning. I hope your night was great. This morning, we are going to be sharing on why we have to keep doing good. Why do you have to keep doing good? That's going to be our sharing this morning. And this sharing is based on a discussion I had with a friend. And the friend was so disappointed at the way people behave nowadays. And the friend was telling me, my sister, I do a lot for people. There are people I have helped in all ways. I have helped materially, I have helped spiritually, I have helped financially, I have helped psychologically and otherwise, and yet they pay me back with evil. And I listened to him. He lamented, he shared and shared and shared and shared. And I don't want to say I was sad. I was a little bit surprised because, I was surprised because I never understood that my friend was seeing life in another way. So I told him, my dear brother, life is not necessarily the way you see it. When you do good to a person, don't expect that person to pay you back in return. Don't expect that person to do the same goodness to you. In this life is like a garden. The human beings you see, they are like ridges in that garden. And as God's servant, or as a child of God, or as a living being in the universe, we are called to scatter precious seeds. Scatter seeds. Sow seeds in the lives of people. You don't need to know them before you sow your seed. Because as the scripture says, Paul plants, Apollos waters, but it's God that gives the yield. God may decide for you to harvest in a field where you did not sow. But all you are required to do is to sow, irrespective of the field in which you find yourself. Just sow, scatter precious seeds, sow in the lives of others, bless people, raise people, impact lives, but don't expect to get in return from those same people you have sown in their lives. Don't expect anything from them. Your yield will come from a foreign field where you did not sow. All you are called to do is to sow. God determines where He is going to bless you, and when He will bless you, and how He will bless you, and whoever He is going to use to bless you. What you are called to do as a child of God, as a servant of God, is to sow. The master determines the quality and the kind of yield and the garden from which you are going to harvest. But if you go sowing in the lives of people, expecting blessing from these same people in whose life you have sown, it means you're doing trade by barter. You're doing trade by barter. That's not love. That's interest. It's like a thrift and loan. You put and then this other one put and then we receive. No. That is not how life is. As a child of God, it's not business you're doing. Charity is not business. It's not business. If you sow in my life, don't expect me to bless you. As you're sowing in my life, I'm sowing in the lives of others. So will others sow in your life. That is where you see God at work. And that it's only through that we can become one. It's only through that we can build family. But if you think that you will only show love to the person that has shown you love, you are not different from the heathens. If you think that you expect blessing only from those that you have blessed, it means that you were doing some sort of a trade by barter with that person. It was not love, it was interest. And it makes me understand why people look down on people that are helpless or on poor people. That is why some people will hardly create relationship, will hardly reach out to the poor, because in their minds they know that what they need giving the poor when they are not expecting anything from these poor people one day. But my dear, where you sow must not necessarily be where you will reap. All what you are called to do as a child of God is to keep sowing. The master determines where you will harvest, the kind of crop you will harvest. It determines the size and the kind of yield you will get, and whoever he's going to use to bring you your harvest. I hope I made some sense. Good morning.